Good day everyone, it's Gian from Earth Haven, and this is continuing on the series of community living. Now I know, you might be looking for the juicy parts. You might be looking for the parts that's like, okay Gian, tell us, how do we join a community? How do we create a community? How do we live in a community? But I'm going to give you something far more than that. I'm going to give you real value. I'm going to not just tell you the hows and the whys and the whens and the wheres. I'm going to actually tell you a story. And it's my story. Because that story is something you might be able to relate to or put into a context for yourself, so you can see how we must fit ourselves into reality versus trying to force something into reality. And to do this, I'm gonna have to go way back to before I joined a community. And who was I? Because this is where most people that's watching this video probably are. Who are you right now? Where are you right now? What are you going through right now? Because before I joined a community, before I changed my life completely, I was someone completely different. And I need to share that part with you. And I did go through some hardships. I did go through some tough times. I don't know how to explain to you what I went through except telling you the story. Now, this goes back, at this point, 12 years, 13 years even, when I was still in high school, and I decided to drop out of school, to leave school and do homeschooling. So I eventually did homeschooling. I finished my grade 11 year in homeschooling, and most of the time I was sitting in my boxers at home playing PlayStation. I didn't really do any work. I was just one lazy ass teenager. Now within that I gave up all sports. I was very athletic before then. I did a lot of athletics. I enjoyed using my body for sports and things like that. I played tennis for 7 years, and I did hockey, grass hockey, not ice hockey as most people might relate to, and I did a lot of other things. But from the age of 16 to 17 to 18, what I mostly did was party. That's the one thing I liked doing, was partying. So I was at every party I could be at, and I was drinking a lot. So with my time that I was between 16, 17 and 18, I was basically already an alcoholic, because when I was doing homeschooling, I would literally go out, buy a bottle of vodka and secretly sip on it every day just to be tipsy. So I'll be playing PlayStation, laying on the ground and just drink vodka, be a little bit tipsy, and go smoke every now and then. Yes, I've been a smoker since I was 16. Now within all of this, I had a girlfriend, and actually when I was 17, I had 13 girlfriends in 1 year. And the only way that's possible is because I was also a cheater. So I would cheat. And it's not something I'm proud of. It's not something I can say like, yeah, look what I did, because I realized later on the abuse and the harm I was causing to myself and to others through my actions, through my lying, my deceptiveness, the secrets, and how I was acting. So there's a whole story behind that. But I did homeschooling for my grade 11th year. And I would mainly sit at home, be tipsy, go to parties, get girlfriends, cheat on them. Every 2 months have a new girlfriend, and in between cheat and get a new girlfriend. So sometimes I'll have 2 girlfriends at a time. And I did this until I was 18, and then I met a girl which I really at that time believed that I loved and that I enjoyed being with, and going out to parties. And I started changing my ways a bit more. But at the same year, I was supposed to be doing homeschooling again. Now, if the governments in South Africa, they start clamping down on homeschooling, and they put a pause on it for 3 months. So this was my matric year, the final year. And for 3 months, I didn't get any of the work that I was supposed to be going through. So within this, I decided, you know what? I'm just going to quit school. I'm just going to take a year off, and I'm gonna be focusing on my girlfriend, and I'm gonna be focusing on getting a job. So that's what I did. I went out, I got a job as being a waiter, and I started doing waitressing. So I would serve tables, serve people, and actually learn a new skill. I actually had to become more humble, where usually I'd be the egoistic guy, be going out to the parties, getting girls, getting drunk, doing silly and stupid shit, and then go home and just continue the cycle. So with doing waitressing, I had to work for my own money. My mom told me I had to pay rent, and within that, I had to take on responsibility. So this was already a change in my life, but within that, I gave up my school, my matric. I gave up my certificate. I promised my parents that I will continue with my schooling the following year after taking this year off due to what was happening with the government and how they were compromising our education. And for me, someone who's a very slow learner, slow reader, and who didn't have much English back then, because my original language is Afrikaans, it was quite difficult to, how can I say, catch up, to get back on track in the same year where we were really 3 months behind. So within this, my life just went backwards to a degree because I became more depressed. I became more lethargic. I didn't see a future for myself. I didn't see a future for any girl that would be with me because I don't have a degree. I don't have education, a higher education. And I felt that no matter what girlfriend I will have, that I won't be able to provide for that person as a man in this world later on. I wouldn't be able to start a business, or I wouldn't be able to, I don't have any other skills. I can do sport, I can go party, I can cheat, and then what? I can do waitressing. It was kind of a position I was stuck in. Now, also at that time, I was doing modeling. So modeling was a side thing I was doing, and I was hoping that maybe I could get better at modeling, but I didn't see myself really succeeding in that. But other things started opening up for me along the lines of becoming a gigolo. Believe it or not, this is something I have to share with people. I started getting girlfriends on the side while having a main girlfriend that would give me stuff and do stuff for me if I meet them up at places, and do favors for them, or be their boyfriend pretending to be their boyfriend, or go to a party where I meet up with them and make out with them. These kind of things started showing up more in my reality because I had so much free time with doing homeschooling, doing waitressing. I don't have a lot of responsibilities. It's just me, my life, and whatever I'm doing. And I started doing this by going to the gym and meeting up with girls at the gym and talking to them, laughing with them, and they will give me some money, or they will take me on, they'll give me lifts to parties, and they'll do me favors. So I started seeing some strange things developing in my life, but this also started leading to more drinking. This also started leading to eventually smoking weed and getting into more drugs because I was hanging out around more people with more drugs. So with this, my life just seemed downhill. It seemed like a spiral into nothing else is possible in this world. And I didn't know how to direct myself. I didn't know what exactly to do, how to get out of it, because I could go work for my dad, which back then still had a business and a job. I could go do some other things, but it's not what I could see myself only going further in that down spiral road of what has already been in my life. And no matter what I do, where I see I'm just doing something for money or something for a girlfriend, or I'm not gonna be happy. I'm just gonna be depressed. I'm just gonna be fuck it all, destroy it all. And essentially what I was getting to was just dying. I just wanted to live a short life and die. And within that time period in 2008, my dad got a phone call, and I'll continue with that in my next video.